This is Saigon John with your daily Hoosier Daddy for January the 29th. 12 games in the NBA on Friday, and how about that overtime game between the Bulls and the Hornets? You got several lucky GMs with players on both of those teams that are probably loving it. Let's get to the fantasy basketball matchups tonight. Ball Don't Lie led ringleader 8-1. Bill only led in turnovers and had 9 players tonight. He could have had 10, but he benched Peja Stojakovic. And Scott had 9 as well, but Devin Harris is still a DNP for the Nets. Bill is still keeping pretty close. Scott only has small leads that Bill can reach in the next 2 nights in 3-pointers and blocks. Billy could have led in rebounds after tonight had Joakim Noah not played for Scott. That guy was off the hook. He had 18 boards for Ball Don't Lie. And look at the production for Paul Millsap of the Jazz. Good God, he was starting in place of Carlos Boozer tonight, played 43 minutes, so good numbers there for Scott as well. He's seemingly running away from this head-to-head matchup and still leads Bill 8-1. Now moving on to Cobra Kai Never Dies versus Danielson. Good Mike had 9 guys in action, while Evan and Evil Mike had a full lineup, opting to bench Corey Brewer and Nicholas Batum, 2 guys he probably should have played. Cobra Kai had lame performances from Roy Hibbert and Martell Webster tonight. Danielson had no standouts, judging by what I'm seeing here. Even worse, his team got out-rebounded by the Cobra Kai 72-40 tonight, allowing Cobra Kai to get closer to winning this week. And well, in the end, Good Mike still leads, but now only by a 5-4 advantage. The battle for convenience store supremacy, it is 7-Eleven versus Plaid Pantry. Jonas has led 7-2. I gotta tell you, the downfalls of being a busy man. I, once again, forgot to set my lineups. Anyways, and who did I leave? I left Josh Smith and Samuel Dallenberg on the bench. The only other week this has happened to me was in week 5 when I was vacationing in Atlanta. Coincidentally, that was the week I was also facing Jonas. So let's see if he's continuing to reap the benefits of my negligence here. As luck would have it, tonight I had 7 players, even with those 2 guys I benched, to match Jonas's 7. I got a nice boost from Danny Granger. That guy shot 6 for 23 tonight against the Cavs. So he's taken Jonas down in that category. While in that game, the Cavs' Shaquille O'Neal scored 22 points. Shaq Fu hit 8 for 10 from the field. So that helps me in the category where Jonas just got hurt by Granger. So maybe it was good for me to sit out Dallenberg because he shot 2 for 7 against the Lakers tonight. I now lead field goal percentage. But it's still an uphill climb for me. Jonas still leads, but he's up 6-3 for now. Hoop Kings versus Taco Del Miramar. Renee led 6-3. Both teams had full lineups, and Renee wisely benches the injured Brandon Roy, the all-star who isn't playing for the Blazers right now anyway. Huge scoring night for Taco Del Miramar. Everyone scored in double digits except for Andrew Bynum. He takes over in the points category now, even though Renee got a combined 61 points out of Jamal Crawford and Kevin Martin. We had to wait out for Kevin Martin's injury because he's now paying off for you, Renee, as he's healthy. But get this, both GMs are now tied in turnovers. This means they are currently tied in head-to-head this week, 4-4. Jobbers against Hitman for Hire. Adam still trails 5-4. Both teams had 12 players eligible. Adam benched Carlos Boozer wisely and Marcus Camby, while Edwin did not play Charlie Villanueva nor the injured Tony Parker, who sat out for the Spurs anyway. Probably could have used Charlie V though instead of his 2 Washington Wizard players that were just having a bad night. Fortunately, the Wizards still won in New Jersey, but bad numbers from those 2 guys for Hitman for Hire. Camby, the guy that Adam benched, had 19 rebounds for the Clippers, but Adam still leads in that category. He could have used Camby's steals and assists to close the gaps in those categories. However, Camby was 4 for 11 shooting, and could have hurt the Jobbers in field goal percentage. So maybe it was okay that he sat him out. Guys, you two GMs are close in field goal percentage as well as steals, blocks, and turnovers. Edwin, you still lead 5-4. This matchup will seemingly go down to the wire for you Sunday night. Come Sunday night. Now for league leaders for Friday, Hoop Kings was the only team that got 50% accuracy, so they led in field goal percentage. Ball Don't Lie led in 2 categories in both free throw percentage at over 91% and having led in assists with 38. The Jobbers and Taco Del Miramar tied in 3-pointers made with 10 apiece. Hitman for Hire led in 2 categories Friday night, scoring 199 points and swiping 15 steals. Rebounds led tonight by Cobra Kai Never Dies with 72. And Danielson led the pack in block shots with 12, while Jonas's Plaid Pantry had the fewest turnovers at 13. The composite statistics for Week 14 has Hoop Kings leading in 2 categories in field goal percentage at over 49% and tied in 3-pointers made with 34, with Ball Don't Lie, who also leads in 2 categories. They also lead in steals at 49. Plaid Pantry leads in 2 categories as well, free throw percentage over 83% and the fewest turnovers with 57. Hitman for Hire leads in overall points with 589. 7-Eleven, my team has the most rebounds with 225. Danielson has the most assists with 130. And looks like I lead in the 2nd category. Block shots, I have 41 for my team as well. Let's move on to the waiver wire. Cobra Kai seemingly the only team to make moves this Friday. And they dropped Corey Brewer and Anderson Varejao, adding Steve Blake and Spencer Hawes. I think Steve Blake was a last-minute pickup. He initially dumped Mike, Evil Mike, by the way, initially dumped Corey Brewer for Marvin Williams. He decided he didn't want to keep Messy Marvin. Instead, picks up Steve Blake from the Blazers instead. Now, NBA Saturday will have 6 games in the league, including the Hawks visiting Orlando on NBA TV. Don't miss that game. Hope you had a chance to see the premiere of the Bonus Bomb with Saigon John, Who's Your Daddy's Explosive Extra on Octane Infinity TV. If you missed it, be sure to visit Octane Infinity TV at youtube.com. The next show will broadcast next week, and with all this talk about the all-decade discussion on NBA.com and all the media out there, I decided I wanted to chime in on my thoughts for the best of the decade. So look out for that on my next show. And that's it here from the Bomb Shelter inside Octane Infinity TV studios. This has been Saigon John, the bomb from Vietnam. It's been a pleasure as always, and boom goes the dynamite.